Well hello everyone, welcome back to another video of F1 22 game experiment. Today we're going to see what happens when we give Williams F2 performance, the annual little tradition here on the channel. We get the slowest team, performing team I should say, because obviously there have been other teams like Haas and Alfa Romeo that we could have also applied this to, since the fact they've been pretty useless in the second half of the standings. So and now it's time to get out of the F1 Williams performance and say hello to Williams F2 performance. This car is very twitchy for some reason. Just losing the back end at every single opportunity. You know, it just wants it's for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't like the rear end. Now you're going to see here as we carry on, I mean the performance there, you see no ERS because the F2 cars don't have it, and again just can't turn in. And then something in the back of my mind said, hang on a minute, haven't we had this before? And the answer was possibly, but first of all you're going to see me crawl around at 10 mile an hour as we try and get a full-on lap in here with the F2 performance, braking nice and early to make the corner. That's always a terrible corner. In fact, it's even worse when you've got an F2 performance in the back of the Williams. Only 2 seconds down on my best time as we come through the Curve Grande at an impressive 180 mile an hour. As well, only 3 seconds down. Oh, almost getting the twitch, managed to save it there. Up to Lesbos now. Will we be able to hold it, or will we end up going into Narnia? No, about 5 mile an hour through that corner. Next up to the second Lesbos. No, it's like, so the rear. It's like the car's light in some way. That is interesting. You know, the ballast is because the rear end is trying to overtake the front end as we go through a scary bit twitchy through there. So now accelerate. We're all around 10 seconds behind our best time in an F1 car. Not 10 seconds behind the Williams car, because that's another second slower. Through Parabolica. So up to Parabolica here on our the final corner on the Italy, nicely done. Accelerate through, mind the twitchiness, not to the line for a very good and impressive 1:33.9. So yes, I had a look at last year's game experiment and found that I think I found the fix. It's basically the same as it was on last year's game. Where for some reason the brakes and the tyres have to be F1 spec in order to be able to handle this car, and everything else is F2. I've left in the RS, but as you'll see in the race it's pretty useless. So yeah, we're only almost 6 seconds, so we half the time with that's the thing with having a stable and having confidence in the car to be able to make that turn. So you did a 1:27.9, 1.9 seconds faster than an F2 car that I set. Seeing 6 seconds, well, almost 6 seconds off the pace of an F1 car in the Williams, and obviously the F1 performance is a further second faster than that. To compare that, I mean, the Williams F2, despite the fact to crawl around, is still faster than both safety cars, excuse me. So yes, we're now going to have a race driving as Latifi around Monza. So let's cut to qualifying, which is going usually well for Latifi. We're down in last place as well, and you can see I think Verstappen's actually crossed the line already, and we're only in Parabolica as I've had a whoopsie in Parabolica up to the line. Where am I going? I don't know. And yeah, that's last place. But I mean, Latifi, he's used to last place. As well as for, you know, got the likes of Verstappen ahead of Leclerc and Sainz. The usual top formation in career mode. And then there's Albon, 7.9 seconds behind. And we're 9 seconds behind Max Verstappen. Time for the race.
Welcome to Monza, where the crowd are ready for today's action, and we hope you're ready to see the world's best drivers fighting it out for that #1 spot. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix.
As we have some forecasted rain here to vary this up, unlike in previous years. So I did have a look at the one stop where we're just basically going to also increase the fuel all the way as well. So 5 red lights then to the Italian Grand Prix, and away we go with 2 F2 cars somehow snuck in at the back, although this could also be Marussia's 2015 season, as everyone's already in turn 1. We've just arrived at turn 1, but under braking we are going to be a bit cheeky and get in front of Sebastian Vettel, and I think that's also Kevin Magnussen we're getting through. But then just look at this, Magnussen puts his foot down and blast, and then through halfway through Curve Grande, there goes Sebastian Vettel. So yeah, it's already going downhill. So we now jump to lap to Ascari, and they're already 2.5. They're already 3 seconds up the road. That's why Albon will run out of fuel, I reckon, because when we did this mod previously, we have run out of fuel as we go a bit wide, as the rain has come already on lap 1 as well, and it's already getting heavier, as we can see, for George Russell, who's had a Spinala. Not going to help Ferrari's courses though, but for Russell, he's going to be way down the order now. And there is Russell recovering slowly. Can we get in front of Latifi's former teammate? No, we can't. And he just speeds up and puts his foot down. Next up, we've got back to Albon though. He's having a look on his medium tyres. Locks up for Albon. We're able to retain the position of P19 for now. As well as we're coming into the pits then in lap number 3. Albon's going to continue on, but you know, DRS has been just like at Mexico, the Mexican Grand Prix driver criminal video that was uploaded on Monday. When DRS is disabled, that's when I've come in on lap 3, but everyone else has gone on another lap. So yeah, interesting there. I mean, softs are off, inters are on, and you know, that undercut. This undercut's very powerful on the inters. Well, we're going to find out soon as we're watching the 2 Haas cars going back to battle, and a lovely little move here for Kevin Magnussen at Ascari, getting past his teammate. Very unorthodox to make it halfway through Ascari. Meanwhile, a long way behind, we've been joined by Albon again after he's caught up, because he's still, I mean, he must be close to running out of fuel, surely. I mean, we've halved already the 6 laps of fuel that we put in extra. We've got 3 laps left, and there goes Albon with a lighter car, but once again doesn't have the confidence over the brakes compared to me, and I'm able to retain the position. Watching Zhou Guanyu, he's fighting George Russell, who's recovering, and Zhou has now had the Spinala, and he's gone off, as well as he comes back in and then gets shoved off by Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren back into the gravel, but you know, they're far too in front. Again, well, lap 12, you saw what happened there. I broke early, and then Albon then broke, and then I just lifted off the brake pedal and went back in front. As we're watching, we've got Max Verstappen behind us now, as there's contact between us and Verstappen. I mean, he can't have his all way after calling everyone hypocrites. the harsher penalties on the cost cut, but I mean, he is about to lap us in a 25% race. As there is Alex Albon going slowly, finally out of fuel, and everyone is going to be going way past him now as well. But yes, up to the line then. We've got a lap more than what we actually needed, thanks to Verstappen lapping us. But in the end, that is what happens when you have Williams' F2 performance lapped in a 13-lap race at Monza, as well as Lance Stroll gets driver of the day, as everyone came in on the same lap number 4 in the end. But yeah, I don't know what it was, but the car did. I think the car was a little bit too much fuel in there. You know, and Albon obviously able to set those faster laps in the dry, 5 seconds at least off the next best time as well. So that's going to be it for today's game experiment. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. See plenty more F122 game experiments. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day and goodbye.